you know 90% of drummers struggle to nail clean, fast fills because their left hand just can't keep up? The other 10%? They're lefties. I've helped over 10,000 drummers fix their weak hand with a single exercise that delivers huge improvements in control, power, and speed. So in this lesson, I'm going to show you the easiest, most reliable drill to stop your weak hand from feeling like a wet noodle so you can play faster and stronger in just 5 minutes a day. Now we're going to break down this exercise really quickly, measure by measure, and then you're going to play it right along with me. So I've put timestamps below where you can skip to the play alongs at different tempos. Let's keep moving and break this down. By the way, I'm a righty, so I'm going to explain this right-handed. For you lefties out there, just flip everything I'm saying and do the exact opposite. We're going to start with one measure of your stronger hand, right hand for me, and we're going to play eighth notes. We're going to play those full height. The important thing is that we want that stick fully vertical. One thing that you can do to measure this and get it consistent is, and the thing is, you want to start fully vertical. You don't want to wind up beforehand. So you're here, you go down only, like that. A great exercise to really get this consistent is to put your other stick behind, back it off about an inch, and then you want to hit the drum, have it bounce back up to that height without clicking. So you don't want this, but instead they stay about an inch apart. It bounces right back up to that. The stick starts at a fully vertical position. You go down only, and after it rebounds, it comes right back up to that fully vertical position, stops there. You want to practice that with both hands, by the way. That's super crucial. For actually doing this exercise, you do not want one stick behind the other because we're going to be playing both hands. So one measure eighth notes with the right hand. That's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and followed by 3 measures of eighth notes with the left hand. So that right hand becomes a gauge. You want to make sure that of course, is completely consistent, completely even in timing. And you use that as like your reference point and see like, okay, is my weaker hand standing up to that and like being as consistent. So after that one measure with the right hand, we do 1, 2, 3. Yeah, before you say, all right, Dimitri, is all you're going to teach me just like 8 with the right and 8 with the left? Like, come on, I promise this is going somewhere and it's going to pay off for you. By the way, notation for this exercise is free. If you want the whole thing on one page so you can just print it out, I'll put the link below for you. So first 4 measures is a bunch of rebound strokes. What are our next 4 measures? Guess what? It's a bunch of eighth note rebound strokes. We're going to switch this up though. Instead of playing this full height vertical position, we're going to move to, let's call it a half height, 45-degree angle. If this is 0-ish and this is 90, then we're going to go right in between. So the important thing about this, when you are playing really slow with a lot of pause in between each stroke, you want those back fingers closed so the stick is against your palm. And it's good to practice that way. But when you're going a little bit faster, like we will soon enough, then you can loosen up, keep those fingers open a little bit. The back fingers stay in contact with it at all times, but the stick is not against the back of your palm. And that means that you can kind of get the rebound a little bit more loose and it feels really good that way. These second 4 measures are same thing, 1 measure with the right hand, 3 measures with the left hand. However, to really dial in your weaker hand though and get it, up to speed, we want to use basically the idea from this stick leveling technique. But when you are playing both hands, you can't do that. So what you have to do instead is imagine that I'm in the room with you and I've got my stick right above both of yours and you're doing this without clicking my stick that's hovering right above. Now, the trick to doing this on your own, you can use a mirror, which is helpful, but what I do is I just bring my sticks both up, and you can see they're right here next to each other, an inch away or so, and they're both at the exact same height, and I'm not allowed to go up, so no pre-winding like this, just down only. So you want to trace that a bunch of times really slow. So here's the right a bunch of times, left a bunch of times, right? Now, when you do it fast, make sure you don't go back to that old habit of, oh, I'm going to lift up after every stroke. Like that. So imagine that I'm here holding another stick right behind yours. You can go down only, back up to that height. You want to make sure that both your right and left hands start there, go down only, go back up, and stop exactly there. So that's what you have to keep in mind for this exercise. So the half height, 1 measure of eighth notes with the right hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, left hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 more measures, 2, 3, 4, last measure, third measure with the left hand, that's the 4th measure. And that's the exercise so far, 8 measures in. Now we're going to do the exact same thing. Don't worry, we are mixing it up in a moment here. We're going to do the exact same thing, but I want you to do tap strokes. So you can start this, 3 inches off the drum, and that's your new reference point. But eventually I want you to get even lower. And your tap strokes are way down here. But you want to be an inch off of the drum and do the same thing. You're not going to get any rebound here. So when you do the exercise down here, I mean, you are getting a little bit of rebound, but don't worry about that. It's tap strokes where you pretty much just can keep the stick against the back of the palm the whole time. Don't worry about like if your sticks aren't the exact same weight, you'll hear a pitch difference. So listen to this. No, they're actually pretty close. But if your sticks sound different from each other because maybe one weighs a couple grams more or less, you need to ignore that and just pay attention to the volume. So as you get faster, at slower speeds, you can just look at the stick height, right? But as you get faster, your sticks are always moving. It's harder to do that, although this applies more to singles. Right? But for the right hand rebounds or the left hand rebounds, you do have the other stick there as reference, but you still want to really pay attention and listen to make sure that the volume is the same between both your hands. And this is why we're still doing the right hand for one measure out of every 4, because you need that reference point and you need to make sure that like your technique is the same between both hands. The velocity is the same. So if your right hand is coming down at a certain speed, you want that to be pretty snappy down. Make sure the left hand is also the same. It's not a whole bunch of like kind of, oh, I'm just going to let it fall, let gravity do the work. Give it a little power, make sure both hands are doing that. Now up to this point, this is going to get your weaker hand up to snuff and measuring it so that it's consistent. But now we got to be comfortable with that weaker hand actually leading the way. And that's where the next section of this exercise comes in. And this is one of Joe Morello's stone killer exercises. You can do this at different stick heights. The basic idea here is that as you play this stuff faster, the stick heights get lower. Even when we do the full height thing later together and we do the whole exercise all together, as we push to faster tempos, we're probably going to even bring that down a little bit and then do different stick heights, and the gradations are within like a lower stick height range. So the stone killer exercise looks like this. One measure of eighth notes with your right hand, 3, 4, then 16th notes leading with the opposite hand. So this is left, right, and then your opposite hand, so in this case the left hand, one measure eighth notes, then right, left with your leading hand after that. Let's read that one more time. Right, and 2, and 3, and 4, and left, right. 3, and 4, and left rebounds. 2, and 3, and 4, and right, left. 3, and 4, and you loop it. So we're going to do this for 4 measures. Left, right. Left hand, left, 2, 3, and 4, and right, left. Let's get on to the play along. So I want you guys to do it along with me. You can choose from different tempos down below. I want you guys to leave a comment and log your practice with the date and the tempo you're practicing at. The important thing is to do it along with me. Make sure your timing is really consistent. Make sure your strokes, stroke heights, the volume of every stroke is very consistent, and stay incredibly relaxed through everything. So if you are practicing at one of the slower tempos, you try a faster one and you tense up, don't do it at that tempo. Make sure you back up to the slower one and do it for even more time and stay super relaxed. Even if you can play fast, do it slow, do it relaxed, do it over and over again, and it pays off so much, and your weaker hand is going to thank you. Don't forget the notation's free. Link is below for you to grab it. don't forget to grab the PDF below. And when you're ready to really build up your speed with your single strokes and take that to the next level, then make sure you watch this video right here.